Lord, I lift your name on high. Lord, I love to sing your praises. I'm so glad you're in my life. I'm so glad you came to save us. You came from heaven to earth to show the way, from the earth to the cross, my debt to pay. From the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky, Lord, I lift your name on high.
Dearly beloved, we're gathered together in the presence of God and these witnesses to join this man and this woman in holy matrimony. And so a wedding ceremony begins. It's a once-in-a-lifetime event, something so beautiful and special. You have a young lady in the prime of life, dressed in the most elegant and beautiful gown, and the fellow scrubs up as best he can. We have flowers and candles and decorations and music and festivities. There is nothing more beautiful than a wedding. But if that's true, then the opposite must be true. There's nothing sadder than a breakup, where all of the hopes and dreams of that couple come dashing to the ground. Instead of bringing each other joy, they inflict pain in each other's lives. What happened? There was a day when they stood at the altar and they exchanged vows. In joy and in sorrow, in plenty and in want, in sickness and health, in good times and bad times, so long as we both shall live. That's the commitment that couples make to each other. But something happens and the commitment wavers. They lose their steadfastness. If you want to have a great life, an abundant life, what do you need? You need steadfastness. And so in the book of 2 Peter, chapter 1, verses 5 and 6, it tells us, make every effort to add to your faith virtue, and to virtue knowledge, and to knowledge self-control, and to self-control steadfastness. Steadfastness, the word fast means that you fix something, that you fasten something. The word stead means place, stuck in place. And it's talking about commitment. It's talking about devotion. It's talking about staying power in our promises, in our purpose, in our principles. In the book of 1 Corinthians, we have a wonderful passage that helps us. It's chapter 15, verse 58. The Apostle Paul says, be steadfast. What does that mean? Immovable and always abounding in the work of the Lord. Steadfast means commitment over time. It is the consistency and the constancy of our devotion. It's our fortitude and our resolve to stay on course. We want to be steady as a rock. Jesus said, whoever hears these sayings of mine and does them, I'll liken him to a wise man who built his house on a rock. You want to be steady as a rock. And so there are things that you won't do if you're steadfast. When temptations come, I will resist them steadfastly. I'll be unwavering. And also, I need to be steadfast as I am pursuing goals. Here's the point, that if you make a promise, you keep a promise. You set a goal, you fulfill the goal, you stay the course. Paul put it like this in Galatians 6:9. He said, in due season we will reap if we faint not. He's saying, if you're steadfast, if you don't quit, then eventually you're going to accomplish your aim. Stick with it. If we have values, we choose our values, we select our values, then over time, let's honor those values. So if one of my values is honesty, I'm not going to tell a lie because the situation seems to say it might be beneficial to me. No, I don't lie. I need to be steadfast. We need to be immovable when it comes to temptations. We need to be abounding in good works when it comes to our ministry. Ready unto every good work, constantly improving ourselves for more usefulness in the service of God, in building up the kingdom of God. We began by talking about marriage and weddings. It makes me think of Paul's words in 2 Corinthians chapter 11. Listen to what he says. In 2 Corinthians 11 and verse 2, for I feel a divine jealousy for you, since I betrothed you to one husband, a commitment to one, Jesus Christ. I betrothed you to one husband to present you as a pure virgin to Christ, but I'm afraid that as the serpent deceived Eve by his cunning, your thoughts will be led astray, not steadfast, led astray. Led astray from a sincere and pure devotion to Christ. We want to be devoted to Christ. We need to be determined to live out our Christian beliefs, our Christian values, and that's why we need steadfastness to have a beautiful life. When it comes to our promises, when it comes to our principles, when it comes to our purpose, let us be steadfast. God bless.
You came from heaven to earth to show the way, from the earth to the cross, my debt to pay, from the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky. Lord, I lift your name on high.